After weeks of violence and devastating losses, a ceasefire agreement has been reached between Israel and Hamas. This fragile truce, brokered with the involvement of both the Biden and Trump administrations, marks a tentative step towards peace in the region. The agreement, announced in the past 24 hours, outlines a phased approach to de-escalation. This includes the release of hostages and a phased Israeli withdrawal from parts of Gaza. In return, Palestinian prisoners will be released. The situation in Gaza remains dire. The recent conflict has resulted in significant casualties and widespread destruction. The ceasefire offers a glimmer of hope for civilians caught in the crossfire. It represents a chance to rebuild lives and communities shattered by violence. The international community has welcomed the truce. However, many observers remain cautiously optimistic. This ceasefire agreement is not a permanent solution. It doesn't address the underlying issues at the heart of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. However, it does provide a crucial window of opportunity. This is a chance for diplomacy to resume and for meaningful steps towards a lasting peace to be taken. The coming days and weeks will be critical. The success of the ceasefire depends on the commitment of all parties involved. It also hinges on the support of the international community. The world is watching, hoping that this truce will mark the beginning of a more peaceful chapter in the region. The Biden administration played a key role in securing the ceasefire. Brett McGurk, a top Middle East advisor to President Biden, was deeply involved in the negotiations. The final agreement closely resembles a proposal that Biden unveiled in May 2024. This highlights the administration's commitment to finding a diplomatic solution to the crisis. However, the shadow of former President Trump loomed large over the negotiations. Trump, who maintains a strong pro-Israel stance, is widely seen as having influenced the timing of the agreement. His impending return to power in the next election likely added pressure on both Hamas and the Israeli government to finalize the deal. While the Biden administration will likely receive credit for the ceasefire, it's clear that Trump's influence played a significant role. This unusual situation underscores the complexities of Middle Eastern politics and the enduring impact of past administrations on current events. The involvement of both Biden and Trump, two figures with vastly different approaches to foreign policy, highlights the multifaceted nature of this agreement. It's a testament to the unpredictable dynamics of the region and the need for a nuanced understanding of the various players involved. Trump's potential return to the White House in 2025 cast a long shadow over the negotiations. His unwavering support for Israel and his hardline stance against Hamas created a unique set of pressures. Both sides were aware that a Trump presidency could significantly alter the dynamics of the conflict. For Hamas, the prospect of a second Trump term likely made a ceasefire more appealing. Trump's administration had shown little tolerance for their tactics and had significantly increased economic pressure on the Gaza Strip. A deal now, even if not ideal, offered a chance to regroup and potentially secure better terms in the future. For the Israeli government, Trump's return presented both opportunities and challenges. On the one hand, it raised the possibility of even stronger support for their actions against Hamas. On the other hand, it also meant navigating a relationship with a president known for his unpredictable nature. The ceasefire, in many ways, can be seen as a preemptive move by both sides. It's an attempt to establish a new status quo before Trump potentially returns to the White House and reshapes the playing field once again. Despite the deep political divisions between them, the Biden and Trump teams worked together behind the scenes to secure the ceasefire. This unusual level of cooperation, described by some officials as almost unprecedented, highlights the gravity of the situation in Gaza and the shared goal of ending the violence. While neither side is likely to publicly acknowledge the other's contribution, the back-channel communications and coordinated efforts were crucial in bridging the divide between Israel and Hamas. This bipartisan success in foreign policy stands in stark contrast to the often polarized political climate in the United States. The cooperation between the Biden and Trump teams offers a glimmer of hope that even in times of deep political division, common ground can be found on issues of national and international importance. It underscores the potential for diplomacy and dialogue, even between individuals and groups with vastly different ideologies. The success of this unlikely partnership serves as a reminder that the pursuit of peace often requires setting aside partisan differences and working together towards a common goal. It's a lesson that extends far beyond the current situation in Gaza. The ceasefire agreement faces a complex political landscape in Israel. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, while presenting a united front, leads a fragile coalition government. The far-right factions within his government, who previously opposed any deal without Hamas's complete defeat, now hold significant sway. Trump's potential return likely played a role in bringing these factions on board. They see the ceasefire as a temporary measure, a stepping stone towards achieving their long-term goals. These goals include the annexation of the West Bank and the further weakening of Hamas. Netanyahu faces the challenge of balancing the demands of his coalition partners with the need to secure a lasting peace. The ceasefire, while offering a respite from the violence, does not guarantee long-term stability. The underlying tensions and mistrust between Israel and Hamas remain. The coming months will be crucial for Netanyahu as he navigates the complexities of Israeli politics while trying to implement the terms of the ceasefire. The success of his efforts will depend on his ability to maintain unity within his government and to find common ground with his political opponents.